That little switch on your ceiling fan? The one that's been hiding in plain sight probably since the day it was installed? Well, most of us never touch it. But believe it or not, that small, forgotten switch holds a surprising amount of power. Today, we're going to unlock the secret science of your ceiling fan. I mean, seriously, have you ever really looked at that tiny toggle switch on the fan's body? Maybe you flicked it once or twice out of sheer curiosity. But what is it actually doing? Is it just some leftover design feature? Or does it unlock a hidden potential for comfort? And maybe even some savings? And that kind of brings us to the biggest question, right? The assumption we all make when we crank up the fan on a blazing hot day. Are we actually lowering the room's temperature? Well, the answer, it might surprise you. The answer is nope. A ceiling fan does absolutely nothing to the actual temperature of the air in a room. Its job isn't to cool the room. Its job is to cool the people in the room. And it all comes down to a really simple, kind of brilliant bit of physics. It's all about something called the wind chill effect. See, your body is always producing a tiny bit of moisture to cool itself down. When air moves across your skin, it dramatically speeds up the evaporation of that moisture. And that process, evaporation, actually pulls heat away from your body, making you feel cooler. The air itself isn't any colder, but your perception of it totally changes. So, if it's all about moving air, how can we make that work for us not just in the summer, but in the winter too? Well, this is where that forgotten little switch finally gets its moment to shine, turning your fan into a year-round climate controller. Your fan basically has two distinct modes, and it's all based on which way the blades are spinning. In summer mode, it spins counterclockwise to push air straight down, creating that direct breeze we all crave on a hot day. And winter mode? It does the exact opposite, spinning clockwise to pull air up and gently circulate warmth. Two directions, two completely different effects. Let's break down summer mode. When it's spinning counterclockwise, the blades are angled to just shove a column of air right down on top of you. This focused downdraft rushes over your skin, maximizing that wind chill effect we were just talking about. You feel instantly cooler, which means you can give your air conditioner a much-needed break. Now, winter mode might seem a little backwards at first, but it's incredibly clever. We all learned in science class that warm air rises, right? Well, that means all that cozy, expensive heat from your furnace gets trapped up at the ceiling where it does nobody any good. By reversing the fan to a slow, clockwise spin, it gently pulls the cooler air from below upwards. This displaces that precious warm air, pushing it out towards the walls and back down into the room where you can actually feel it. And it does all this without creating a chilly draft. Okay, so now that you get the science behind it, let's talk about how you can actually put this into practice and turn your ceiling fan from just a simple appliance into like a smart air manager for your whole home. First, and this is super important, turn the fan completely off before you even think about touching that switch. Safety first, always. Then flick the switch, turn the fan back on to a low speed, and just stand directly underneath it. If you feel a distinct downward breeze, congrats! You're in summer mode. If you barely feel any moving air directly on you, that's winter mode doing its thing, gently circulating the air around the edges of the room. And that's really all you need to remember. Just think of it like this. Counterclockwise creates a column of cool for summer. Clockwise circulates the cozy warm in winter. It is that simple. But, beyond just feeling more comfortable all year, there's an even bigger benefit hiding in this simple switch. Understanding this whole airflow thing isn't just a fun fact, it directly impacts your wallet. In the summer, by using your fan in the correct counterclockwise direction, you can feel cool enough to raise your thermostat by a few degrees. And that simple little change can reduce your air conditioning costs by up to a staggering 30%. I mean, that's a huge saving. And it's not just for summer. In the winter, that gentle circulation of warm air means your heating system doesn't have to work nearly as hard, and that can cut your heating bills by up to 15%. We're talking real money back in your pocket season after season. So let's just recap the big takeaways here. Number 1, fans cool people, not rooms. It's all about that wind chill effect. 2, set it counterclockwise in the summer for that direct breeze. 3, flip it to clockwise in the winter to circulate trapped heat. Using that little switch correctly saves energy, it saves money, and it makes your home way more comfortable. It's basically a brilliant energy hack that's been hiding right above your head this whole time. So the next time you reach up to flip that little switch, remember what you're really doing. You're not just reversing the blades, you're taking control of your environment. You're harnessing a little bit of physics, and you're activating some seasonal science right there in your own home.